We made this zoo over a year ago, almost 2 years ago now, and we are just now finally finished. Hello ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with who I am, my name is Johnny and welcome to what is going to be the final episode, or final video here in Etonan Zoo / Zoo Tour. If you guys have never seen any episodes on this, you haven't seen me build it or anything like that, I seriously suggest that you go ahead and click on the end screen. There will be a playlist to go and watch the entire series of me building this. It spans over a really long time. It'll be really fun to see. But we are here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to tour the zoo. Let's go ahead and get started. We are here driving up now into our entrance, as we are going to head over to this parking lot over here as people are gathering to enter our zoo, and something I actually probably will do just real fast. We're just going to go ahead and close this. So that way, we don't have to worry about too much foot traffic, I guess, you know. You guys are getting a almost private tour of Planet Zoo. Almost. But yeah, look at all these people are turning around now. But here we are, Etonan Zoo. I had to grab a screenshot of one of the old videos, that's why it looks a little funny. But yeah, we are back in Etonan Zoo. Obviously, as you guys can see, we are now at our entrance. The buses were dropping people off, now they're going to be picking people up. And here we have some vending machines and all this stuff. I believe we've done 2 tours. That's right, 2 tours on this zoo so far. We've done an official tour video the first time that we were done with this zoo. And then we did one on our 1-year anniversary live stream. So if you guys want to see tours based on different periods of time, those are the way to go see it. And obviously all of our billboards are not here. For those of you who are new, the reason that is the way that it is because I've changed PC parts over the years and I've lost all my old screenshots and yeah, basically. So we are here. We shall get started. First, let's go through a nice little chill butterfly garden just to kind of set the mood. And right in here, ignore the cups on the floor. People are selfish and just don't want to look for a trash can, especially when there's one like right over there, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure there's a closer one even, if we can, I don't know, see it, but we're not worried about that right now. But we are in the butterfly garden. Wonderful to see all these butterflies flying around, enjoying all the flora that is sitting around here, and that's just so wonderful. And we do have the outback area, which we could go through right now, but I think we're going to start where it all began. We're going to walk past all of this stuff. We will come back, don't worry. But we're going to start where it all began, just up ahead over there at Flamingo Falls, as we're walking past the staff, because that's practically the only people who are here right now. And I'm sure you guys can kind of get an idea of other little creatures that we're going to be seeing later this video, or even hearing them. But we'll get to these things, don't worry about it. Over here we have our information area with bathrooms and a couple different information desks where you can come in and go ahead and adopt things. We do not have a gift shop in this zoo because this zoo was started before gift shops were made, just so you guys know. We do have like a 2-story shopping center, but it's not the gift shops. Over here we have our beautiful flamingo fountain, and that takes us to our first ever build, Flamingo Falls. That video was made almost 2 years ago. It doesn't feel like almost 2 years ago. And of course, that video is one of my most viewed videos to this day. It just always gets views. It's very nice. But over here, as you can see, we have the American flamingos, right? What? For those of you who haven't seen the last video I made on this, which wasn't that long ago, it was last week, you will know that we actually swapped out flamingos. Does that one look slightly different to you? It does to me. I don't know why. And we have some dangerous fighting. And look at that, we're already having some zoo issues. So here's what we'll do. Where is the issue? It is probably these two. Get rid of those. And yes, that is a spoiler, I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Anyways, yes, the new American flamingos, for those of you who missed out, on our most recent video on this zoo, I traded the Greater Flamingos, which was the original which this was originally built for, and we've swapped it out for the American Flamingos because, you know, new animal pack, so might as well have them in here. And it's just a beautiful little walkthrough. Guests can come in here and interact with the flamingos. I don't think they actually do interact with the flamingos, but they can come look at them real up nice and close. But, you know, hey, going up nice and close really isn't for everybody. So, we have this right here, which is our little flamingo viewing gallery right here. We have a couple little boards right there. There's two here because there used to be a swan in here with the greater flamingos. This actually was built, this habitat was built before even swans were in the game, but I added a swan in eventually. But that swan has been relocated to a different spot in the zoo now. And obviously you guys can see, even the flamingos get a little curious when people are in here and they come up and say hi because they're just so used to having visitors. That's just how it goes. And anyways, we will head over now to our reptile sanctuary. Well, reptile/amphibian sanctuary. This was the second everything we built. This big, beautiful sanctuary/education center. And the reason why this zoo is where it is, which is at the Bahamas, is because of a little island right off of the coast of the Bahamas, which has the lesser Antillean iguanas, which is one of the biggest reasons I wanted to build the zoo right here, because these are one of my favorite reptile species. They're just so beautiful and amazing, and it's such a good video. You should go watch it when we build for these guys. You really see the love I give these guys. And over here, we have poison dart frogs, which, let's see where there's one right there. I don't know if we see any other ones. Come on, poison dart frogs. We don't see any other ones right now, but you guys saw it. And over here is the axolotls. We actually did build this building before axolotls were in the game, but obviously they're here now. We used to have Gila monsters in here, or Gila monsters, depending on how you pronounce it. But we relocated them also to a different place at some point. And these guys are always so difficult to find. Luckily, we found them this time. There's one right there. Now, we can go ahead and continue back this way and backtrack. We could go over to here, which was the third build that we had. But I think we're actually going to go through here first. And the reason we're going to go through here is because we're actually going to kind of loop back around. So through here is obviously our peacock walkthrough enclosure, or Indian peafowl if you prefer it so. I do, but I know most people know them by peacock, so I'm going to say peacock. But yes, look at that, and there's the last of the guests that are leaving right now. We obviously have all of these peacocks, and we even have our elderly male peacock right here, who is 40 years old. Isn't that insane? Or about to be 40 years old. Just a lot has been going through here through the years. For those of you who have been watching Etonan Zoo, all the videos, you will see this, and you probably won't always recognize it. Some people will, some people won't. Over here is what I am calling the South American duo of the anteater and capuchin monkey, or capuchin monkey, depending on how you pronounce it. I usually say capuchin, so there you go. There is our little anteater over here. You can even come off to the side over this way, which we will, and you can go ahead and take a look from inside their little barn. It's all one-way glass, so they don't even know we're here. And we are quickly just going to show you right off this way where we have our picnic area with these nice little tiki torches and these beautiful picnic benches with their umbrellas on them to get shade, although it's not really needed. These massive trees are right there. And when you come in here for a quick bite, you got the pizza pen, you've got your gulpy over here, a pip shot vending machine. Those are bathrooms over here, which I'll just swing by so you can see them. And you can come up here. It doesn't let me go to the top of the stairs. Usually when I'm in this camera, it just kind of stops it. But over here, you can see we have a Just a Memento, we have a Cosmic Cow, and a Street Fox Coffee. Very, very cool. And then over here, we have some staff facilities. And inside there, we have some staff facilities inside this building. But doubling back over to this way, you can also see the capuchin monkeys They're just chilling out. They're hanging out. One of them, look at them. They're jumping. Are they going to do something? Are they going to climb? Are they going to climb for us? No, they're just running around and being happy little monkeys. There they go, playing playfully. Very, very cool. So now we are going to head back over this way. And I know this is kind of a weird route to take, but trust me, it'll make sense eventually. And over here we have the Outback. As you guys can see, we have all these different animal signs. For those of you who have seen me build this zoo before, you will know this was really only emus that had a sign before. But now we have wallabies, wombats, kiwi, and a new animal that has not been in this zoo yet, the quokka. And you guys are probably wondering, where's the quokka? Well, it's with the emus, of course. It's right over here in Emu Barn. As you can see, one of the little signs for them is right there. And if you look real closely, you can see one drinking water right there. And all of our emus are just chillaxing and having a good time with all their little babies. We even have some of the white ones. And there's that quokka, and if we're lucky, we'll see another one. They are kind of hard to spot. Over here, we obviously get a alternate view of the peacocks if you do not like going inside of them things. Or we will turn around and look over there in a second. I don't want to spoil what's over there. So, oh, this zookeeper's in a hurry. Let's see, can we spot another quokka? Yes, we can. There's one sleeping in the barn right there, if you guys can see it. It's kind of just barely visible to the eye right there. So, we will kind of go ahead and do a lap around this way. I'm sure you guys can kind of tell what's over here. It is the Wallabies. Yes, very, very cool. We love the Wallabies. And look, we get to see them getting fed. That's very great. There's even a little talk point right here that's shaded, nice under some trees. It's so great. And they're all gathering together to eat some breakfast as we just hit the new cycle of morning right here. And over here, as you guys can see, right next to the entrance is a monorail that takes you somewhere. And there's actually still some guests here, probably trying to make their way out right now. So, heading out this way, you can see some more guests still chilling out over here, haven't quite left just yet. And our security guard is not doing her job by kicking them out, saying, hey, the zoo's closed right now, guys. And one more last look at the little emus before we head over to our next area. And these guys are just sitting here. I don't know what they're doing. They're just chilling. So, over here, we have the dingoes. Our first little viewing spot is one of the kiwis screams at me. We'll come pay attention to you guys later. The dingoes are over here. And I'm sure a lot of you guys who have seen me build through Etonan Zoo have noticed that there has been minor changes here and there with some of these builds. And we get some nice, big, little bit of, I think this is like half an acre worth of land for these dingoes. And let's say, hey, you want to get a closer view? Well, I think you can guess what this building is right here. It's an entrance to take you right down here into the dome. And we're going to go ahead and not select the dome entrance, but we are going to go ahead and enter the camera view. We're going to go ahead and hit this. And look at that, there's a dingo right next to us. And if we're even lucky, sometimes you can see them playing around with their toys. And they love it out here. That one's over there. What else do we have? That one there. And they're all just having a great time. No pups right now, I don't think. And okay, now we are back out here. Go back into our Explore Cam. And now we can head over to see the kiwis who have been just dying for us to give them a little bit of attention here. There they are, the little kiwis, running around having a great time. They're just they're so loud, but they're so happy at the same time because they have all this fun little stuff to play with. And man, they're just having a real relaxed time. And hey, if you want to get some grub, head on down to Terracotta Terrace, which is our Australian themed restaurant. People love to eat here. And we even have a new little bathroom that's just been installed as well. Now, heading off this way, let's go ahead and take one last look at the kiwi. That's the one that's been screaming at us for attention. And they're all just having a great time. Look at them. Do we have an outsider here? Yes, outsider who is integrating. Look at that. Let's go ahead and send you out to the wild so you can have a great time. Because that's what we're doing here. We're sending these guys to the wild so they can go live better lives. Okay, heading out this way. Now, we have quite a lot to go over here. Now, over here is the southern cassowary, one of my favorite animals in this zoo. I love the way their models look. They look so incredible. And there's both of them just sitting right here, just taking a little nap together. That one is so much bigger than the other one, it's not even funny. Not much to see with the cassowaries today, but that's okay because, you know, sometimes when you're at a zoo, that's what happens. Now over here, you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, this is an invasive species sign. As you can see right here, invasive species. Now, if we head over this way, you can see some European fallow deer over here in our Australian area because European fallow deer were introduced in Australia in the Oceania region and they've become quite invasive. So I just thought it'd be a fun little education chance. As you can see, there's a doe right there and I think the buck is sitting back there, yes. We just have a doe and a buck. We had 2 bucks, but I released one of them to the wild just because I didn't want to overcrowd the doe. So over here, obviously you can kind of tell what we have. It's wombats. Now the only thing with these wombats is they're almost never seen. It's very hard to see them like ever. You kind of really have to be lucky. And not everybody is lucky to see them. And that zookeeper's very, very happy. And if we come over here, yep, we still don't see any wombats. But if you head over here, we do have a camera, so you can at least see that they are here and they do exist. And look at this, we have something here. I have ounce of unresolved pickpocketings. Well, that's pretty impossible considering the zoo's empty, right? And over here we have another little education zone for people to get some talks. But forget about that because now we are going to be heading over to here. Alright, what are these people doing? They're just sitting waiting. It's open, you can go. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So we do have this beautiful sky lift that will take you all the way up to the top of this mountain so you can see the animals we have up there. But what would the fun be if you don't even get to see one of the animals that you can see just going up there by yourself? And that's what we're doing right now. Heading over this way, we are going to be seeing a beautiful and recognizable animal. I'm sure you guys can tell what that animal is from this little education board up here. Obviously you get another view of the European fallow deer, but if we just head up this way a little bit more, you might be able to get lucky and just get a glimpse of one of the doll sheep climbing around. Now, I don't know where any are at the moment, but I feel as if we walk around long enough, we will be able to spot one. Maybe even this little gap? No, we don't have anything there. There they are. They're sitting down here enjoying their area in this beautiful valley down here, and they're just loving life, having a great time. And there's another sign for the doll sheep. And once we get up to the top here, you really get a bird's eye view of their whole mountainous region. It's quite beautiful. Now, as you can see, the sky lift is operational and running. You can head up here for a fun little visit to see a few different animal species, which we will do so. But not without grabbing ourselves a balloon and a water bottle because we just hiked up a mountain. And I feel like if we were to hike down the mountain, a balloon would help carry some of our weight, right? Heading inside of here now, we have a llama, which is just right here to greet us. Hello. Oh, hello, little llama. And we have some protesters. I wonder why. One of the animals must have gotten stuck somewhere. And we also have some alpacas joining them as well. Let's take a look. What are these protesters mad about? We have a beautiful little Binturong who is stuck somewhere. I'm sorry to spoil the surprise, but we do need to care for our animals first. It is this one who will be just getting a little move on here. So, back to our little tour. The alpacas are here and they're having a great time. Moving over this way now. If we head just through here, we can see, just going ahead and doing this, we can see all the Binturongs in the Binturong Cove. You get a real cool bird's eye view of everything, and this one is even coming up to the eye level climbing structure, which we have as well. And if you're really lucky when you're riding the sky lift, you will see them climbing on top of these rocks right here to come say hello to you while you're riding up there. Because these curious little fellows love to just see people all the time. Now, As the zookeeper yells nom nom to what is going to be our Aldabra's giant tortoise, we're going to be heading through here and showing you guys our wonderful little walkthrough right here. The one issue I really had with building this mountain was terrain was just not working well for me. We were having a really hard issue with sinking the toy spawners into the ground and whatnot, and just, you know, it was just really difficult. But as you can see, these Aldabra's giant tortoise, they don't mind it at all. They're just happy to be in their little spring and just having a little pep in their, well, slow steps. But yeah, and obviously, as you guys can see, we have some more staff areas to just kind of showcase what we do around here. Now, we could take the sky lift down, but it's going to take a while. We're closed right now. If you guys do want to see me take the sky lift, you're more than welcome to see the other tours of this zoo as well once you are done watching this one. So yeah, be sure to tune into that. We are going to go ahead and just run down the mountain because we have so much more energy now that we got a pip shot water and we got ourselves a balloon to help carry some of the weight. Let's see, is there maybe a little wombat friend out here to greet us? Nope, but they are awake in their little burrow. Now, heading out this way, we are going to go ahead and check out our All-American Boardwalk Center, which it's very beautiful, and we will get to our mysterious little enclosure over there towards the end. Now, over here, we have, obviously, the American Alligator just sitting around, having a good time, swimming around, having a good time, and as you guys can tell, we stumbled into our education center. These guys are very popular, so it's really great to hear a good speech from one of our educators. Now heading out over this way, as you can see, we have another little spot of viewing for them, where you can just barely get a nice little spot if you're able to get over this brick wall. Some children can't, which is why we have a massive building for them to go and check out. As you can see, we have some beautiful, beautiful spots to see gators here at Gator Cliff. Now, we could head over here and show you that we do have one other way to view them, which is over here. They have this nice little gradual hill that they can climb down and hang out with you on land if they so choose, but let's be honest, it's alligators, they're not going to do that. Now, what we're going to do is head over this way. We're going to go ahead and climb up here to show you Prairie Plains. Now, Prairie Plains has a good little mixture of animals. As you can tell, we have the American bison, as well as the prairie dogs, black-tailed prairie dogs to be specific. But here they are, bison, look at that. And down here, we get a good view of our black-tailed prairie dogs. There's one right there. We had a burrow cam for them at one point, but you can only have so many burrow cams in your zoos, so we had to pick and choose, and the prairie dogs were just the ones that I kind of were the most okay with letting go. We're gonna go ahead and look over here now. Oh, this little education board is not set, but as you can see, it's our striped skunks, which have a beautiful little enclosure right here. Obviously you can't see them from here. This is not our best viewing point. We're going to go ahead and cycle through all of them, but we're going to go ahead and double back over here and take a look at our beautiful Prairie Plains sign and just see our wonderful little statue, little scenic thing right here, which is really nice. But we're going to head inside because in here is where you get to see all the action. You can use the bathroom, grab some food and a drink, or you can come experience all the little animals that we have in here for you to see, here in Digger's Tavern. So inside of here, we have the Western Diamondback. Let's see if we can find it. There it is, sitting on that tree right there. Over here, we have ourselves the Gila Monster. This is where they have been relocated. As you can see, there's one right there. We're going to head over here and check out the American Bullfrogs, which there's obviously one right there, right in front of our view. And there's even one just chilling in the water right there as well. Over here, we have the Desert Hairy Scorpions. And if we see one, which is right there and right there, very beautiful. And we even got one right there. Heading over here, we have our green iguanas, which he's right here to just say hello to us. And the other one, is right here inside of these little plants, just trying to camouflage on us here. And I believe, last but not least, this should be the boa constrictor, who's sitting right next to his sign to say hello. And I don't believe I see the other one anywhere. We do, and it's chilling in the water. Now, over here we do have an alternate viewing area for our skunks, which, as you guys can tell, there they are, just wandering around, waiting for their little bit of food to be filled up. And as you can see, they're now moseying their little way over there. And this is just a huge, massive tavern. You are going to have to excuse some of the way some of these builds look, and we have another camera view right there. But the reason that some of these look the way they do is because this was one of the first ever zoos I've ever built in the game at all. So you're going to have to excuse some of these things don't look the greatest. But, you know, we were learning, and we were doing it together. Now, over here, we have an alternate little viewing spot. Our striped skunks, and this also happens to be where you can learn about some of them. And then, if you take this bridge up here, I'm not sure if it'll let me. It will not. So we are going to go ahead and head around, which that's okay, because I actually kind of wanted to head around, because we have one more animal to double back and look over this way. Now, looking over this way, we have one more little alternate view of our American flamingos. And if you really pay attention inside of the American flamingos, you can see there's even a little viewing area of what is going to be our jaguars. I know, we spoiled this so long ago, but here they are. Now, let's see if we can get a good glimpse of any of them. They do camouflage really well inside of this. As you guys can tell, this habitat was built at a very different time frame than the rest of these were. And some of these, like Flamingo Falls, have been updated over time. Some of these I just left because it was just kind of fun to see the progress we made when it came to building stuff. Like, if you look at Gator Cliff and then look at this, it doesn't even look like the same person did it. And there's a jaguar down there. And you can even come and learn about them here as well. Now, heading over this way, you've probably been wondering what this big orange cave building is that I've been walking through, or walking by, so often. It is actually the entrance to Dillo Cave. And I think you can kind of tell what's here. It's the armadillos, the 9-banded armadillos. As you can see, there are some chilling in their little burrow. We have 2 separate burrow cams for you to look at. But we also have these guys right here just wandering around and having a good time. Looks like their keeper hasn't been here in a minute, but they're here and they're saying hello. And here's another little look at our other little burrow cam as they're just sitting in there sleeping. Obviously, we have another little education point. And look at, they're all here. All the little babies are gathered with their mama or papa, whoever it is. And now heading over this way, you can see we have one more little animal who's just hanging out in here. And that is the red-kneed tarantula. The All-American Boardwalk is not entirely exclusive to the United States, because we have these guys who hail from Mexico, just sitting in here and just hanging out with our friends, the armadillos. Now, over here, you can also pick up a souvenir or a hat if you so choose, or you can learn a little bit about something by reading some of our education signs over here. Okay, so we do have one more area to go and check out, and that is over this way. Don't worry, we are still going to head over there, but that is going to be on the way back. So heading over this way, you can come to our Farm Fun Zone, which is another little spot other than our mountain trails. That is just a great spot for these children to come and have a great time. Now heading over this way, we can see there's something going on over here behind this playground. Who knows what it is? We're gonna have to come see. But with this gorgeous playground in mind, have your kids come play here. It's pretty fun. And we even have some awesome little picnic areas for people to come and take care of themselves by drinking another water or grabbing themselves a hot dog. Isn't that swell? But heading over this way, we do have this big, beautiful pond, and I'm sure you could have guessed what was sitting in this pond by now. It is our mute swans, and look at the little... What are they called? What are baby swans called again? We're just gonna call them chicks. I forget what they're called. It's not gosling, that's geese. It's not duckling. It's not swanling, I'm sure, but... And there's one of the... Oh, there's both of the adult swans. I didn't even see that one. But there they are. Just hanging out and making sure their babies are okay. As we hit morning again, to go ahead and take a look at the rest of our stuff. So, heading on down this way, if you so feel the need to, you can go ahead and use the restroom or grab yourself a snack by grabbing, you know, from our vending machines. Or there's an ATM back there if you're running low on cash as well. Now, heading over this way, we have a couple different places to look. We're gonna start with over here. In our big, beautiful farm animal barn, we have our donkeys, our sheep, and our goats all hanging out together. Just here in harmony and having a great time. You can come in here, make sure you go ahead and clean yourself up, and you can interact with our little baby goats that are running around, and our sheep, and the donkeys, of course. And you can see that the sheep and the goats have this beautiful climbing frame to sit around. We could go down this trail if we so choose as well. And, you know, we have a lot to look at here. This is just a really great spot. We have the scarecrow feeder. We will get another look at the donkey, which is right over here, just to make sure we get a good look at everybody that is in here. But yes, just taking a short walk through here, watching these guys climbing up on their climbing frames. And now we can head out this way to come and look at our nature trail. Just a fun little thing to see some of the natural flora and fauna here in the Bahamas. And obviously some of this is gardened, but you know, every once in a while you might see a little bird or something that's native to here. Now, heading back this way, now that we have gone around and taken that nature trail, we have our second to last stop here, but we are actually going to head up here first. Heading up this way, as you can see, we have a nice little elevated viewing spot just to see both these beautiful areas. But of course, you know, it's not always the best viewing from there. So why don't we go ahead and head right inside of this barn. And here we have a beautiful, gotta get up on your tippy toes just to be sure. But we have a beautiful little habitat with a couple of awesome animals. Looks like we can't see any from over here, so we're gonna try our other viewing area over this way. And there you can kind of see them in the distance. We have the beautiful Rhea bird, who we're gonna unfreeze there because there's been a glitch with the Rhea birds where they just kind of get stuck in T-posing. But yes, there's the beautiful Greater Rhea, and obviously they share this area with the capybaras. And I know it's kind of a weirder animal to see in the farm zone, right? But you know, we got all the farm animals in one spot. So we utilized this barn for something a little more exotic and a little more fun to look at, which is very great. And if you ever catch a ride on our monorail, which is right here, you'll be able to get a really great view of them as well. And speaking of monorail, it is actually going to be right next to what is our last and final animals to see here throughout the zoo. And that is going to be the collared peccary, who are just super exaggerated with their little water that they can have some fun with. And if we just head around this way, you get to see the better viewing area for them over here. And just look at them, they're having such a great time. They're giddy, they're running, and they're just so excited to just have all this space to run around. And there's so many of them in there, there's like a dozen of them. And if you turn around, you can see you can get a bite to eat from some food trucks that are just pretty much stationary here. They're probably flat tired at this point. You can grab yourself some water as well. And we even have another viewing area for these alligators, if you so choose to spend your time doing that. But yeah, that is going to do it for the tour of this zoo. As you can see, we didn't even utilize a fraction of this size. And if you even go on the monorail, you might be able to get a glimpse, as you're going this way, of this little town that's kind of right here, the city. Isn't that cool? But yeah, I think that we have pretty much gone through everything that is here. I don't believe I missed anything. We are going to take a second look just to make sure. No, we got to look at everything. The one animals you guys didn't get the greatest look at was the Rhea and the capybara, so we are just going to go ahead and show you guys these guys. This water is starting to get a little dirty, but we'll fix that soon enough. I thought the water cleaner reached out this far, but I guess it didn't. And here they are, the Greater Rhea birds. They are sitting and chilling here. And the capybaras, which, yep, there's some of them in this here. So we can actually kind of get what it would look like to be a guest and just sitting in the zoo and having a really great time. But with that being said, that is going to be the last and final video wrapped up. If you guys did love this zoo, and I know that you guys did, and ignore this up here, I forgot it was there. But if you guys did enjoy the building, the walking through of this zoo, be sure to hit a like button, hit that sub button, share the video with a friend. I know we had an awesome time going through this. It was just a real amazing experience to build this zoo, and you know, it's just, it saddens me that this is probably going to be the last video we will ever see on this zoo, but that doesn't mean that we are done with Planet Zoo, right? There's so many more adventures to be done, and I'm so excited to try that out very soon. So be sure to hit that like button, guys, if you're all ready to see some more videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed this very much, and we're gonna end our little video with sitting with the first ever animals that were added. Technically these aren't the first ever, but you play along. The first ever, which is our flamingos, and it's just so good. We end off where we started, which is with our flamingos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!